Who's the best player in the country?
To the media or me?
As you see it.
Man, what the hell is Reebok doing? Y'all tripping. You got one of the most marketable WNBA athletes, not even WNBA, athletes in general.
But it's actually Indiana that has 7 points off of the turnovers that Atlanta has created until we saw Angel Reese, shout out to our teammate, Angel Reese in particular, her energy shifted. I thought when she got some of those easy baskets to go in the paint that quite frankly she had struggled with to open the ball game, that's when you saw this defense begin to pick up its energy, this dream squad to begin to play with a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, athletes know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and that energy is contagious because if you look at Angel Reese, she already has 7 and 9. She's already getting close to a double-double, but then also, if you think about, on the other side here, you're seeing the Indiana Fever, they're just being a little bit methodical.
Everything you thought you knew about Angel Reese's multi-million-dollar Reebok deal, forget it. Because what was supposed to be her crowning achievement, her signature moment, is now quickly becoming the most uncomfortable, most scrutinized contract in all of sports. After a series of absolutely jaw-dropping performances, fans, media, and even insiders are asking the same brutal question. Is Reebok getting a superstar, or did they just bet big on a brand that's currently light years ahead of the actual basketball player? And after what just went down against the Indiana Fever, that question isn't just uncomfortable anymore. It's becoming impossible to ignore.
What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment. ESPN's coverage of this toxic turd of a league, it is more embarrassing than this never-ending burn on my lip that just refuses to go away. Allow Uncle KC to give you some valuable advice. Don't ever get so excited to eat your mother's cooking that the food burns your lip, especially if you're on camera every day, because this damn thing is taking forever to
Look, this wasn't just some casual endorsement. Reebok didn't just slap Angel Reese's name on a random pair of sneakers and call it a day. No, this was a blockbuster multi-year extension, a seismic announcement that Angel Reese, the Bayou Barbie, was getting her very own signature shoe. Let me tell you, that's almost unheard of. This move cemented her as only the second WNBA player ever to receive a signature sneaker from Reebok, putting her in an incredibly exclusive club. It was a massive statement, a declaration that Reebok saw her as the future, not just a passing trend. They were betting the farm on her marketability, her cultural impact, and her ability to transcend the game itself. But here's the kicker.
Did you guys hear that Angel Reese, that WNBA basketball player that does nothing but drama, Reebok has pulled their endorsements and sponsorships?
Yeah, I am still laughing about what went down last night in that game against the Fever and the Dream Dog. Caitlin Clark laughing at Angel Reese about that last miss. Man, it was just so much going on in that game that had me laughing my butt off. It was ridiculous. But this right here is the cherry on top. All right, during the halftime, I usually speak over these women, and I was seeing my chat just going in. They were like, man, they glazing Angel off of this terrible performance. And I was like, hold on, man, I got to go back and listen. And when I listened to it, man, I done gained 8 abs, dog. I done broke my side laughing so hard. This is crazy work. It's almost like they can't say anything.
That blockbuster deal, that huge statement of confidence, instantly placed Angel Reese under an entirely different, almost suffocating level of scrutiny. Because once a global brand invests millions into building a signature product around you, once they put your name, your face, your asterisk identity on a shoe, people naturally start asking the uncomfortable question. Does the on-court performance, the actual basketball, truly deserve the size of that monumental investment? Is the player living up to the colossal brand? It's no longer just about points and rebounds. It's about justifying the hype, validating the business decision, and proving to every single fan that you are indeed the superstar they paid to see. And that pressure, it hit its absolute boiling point on one specific night.
Angel Reese even said she was playing like trash. Check this out.
Well, Angel, your team on a 17-4 run right now. You started that with a 7-0 run. How did you kind of get things going for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing like shit in the beginning, but it's a game of runs. You got to put that in your back pocket.
Well, Angel.
Yeah, you continued to play like shit throughout the game. Pardon the language. You cursed, so I did. You continued to play like complete garbage. And now here we have ESPN, double-double duel in Atlanta. And the truth is, neither one of these bigs played well. Aaliyah Boston was missing layups terribly.
Fast forward to August 16th, 2026. The Atlanta Dream were hosting the Indiana Fever, and trust me, this wasn't just another regular season game. This was a television producer's dream. You had Caitlin Clark, the generational talent, back on the court. On the other side, Angel Reese, her longtime rival from their college days, ready to clash again. Playoff positioning was absolutely at stake, creating a palpable tension that hung in the air. And that simmering college rivalry, that intense competitive fire that defined their battles, was sitting right there in the background like a loaded storyline, just waiting for someone to press the button and unleash absolute chaos. The stage was set for an epic showdown, a true highlight in the WNBA season. But what actually happened? Well, it was a mess.
Can we stop with the comparisons with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark? Can you let it die now? Caitlin Clark is embarrassing this girl. And I halfway feel sorry for Angel Reese. Not what you think, though. It's not because they're viciously attacking her online. It's not that. I don't feel bad about that because they do it to Clark all the time. She deserves it. She wanted this. Angel Reese wanted it. They're not just watching for one person. They're watching for me, too. Remember that? She's been trying to prove that she's been better than Caitlin Clark this entire time.
Unfortunately for Angel Reese, the basketball itself became the undeniable story, and not in a good way. She started slow, really slow, and struggled significantly throughout the first half, finishing with a meager 7 points on a dismal 3 of 10 shooting, alongside 9 rebounds. Even Reese herself, in an honest halftime interview, had to admit she was playing poorly, a self-scouting report so accurate it was undeniable. The game went down to the wire, eventually spiraling into overtime, with the Fever escaping with a nail-biting 95-91 victory. Now, to be fair, Reese still finished with a decent stat line, 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. So this wasn't some statistical catastrophe. But the lasting image, the moment etched into everyone's memory, the one that sparked 1,000 memes and endless debates. It was that final, glaring, uncontested opportunity around the basket with the game on the line. Yet, when a professional basketball player, a asterisk star asterisk player, gets that kind of look, the expectation is simple, primal: finish the play. And she couldn't.
And spent the entire day yesterday trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a professional basketball player. They tried to convince us that Angel Reese is the most dominant player in the league. Problem is, we have eyes, and no one, and I mean no one, believes. You know, I almost feel bad for Angel Reese. Keyword, almost. I would feel bad for her if she refused to believe the lie that...
Listen, when you're a star in this league, nobody is asking you to write a PhD dissertation on offensive technique. They're asking for the ball to go through the hoop, period. And that expectation becomes even more amplified when a player has built much of her entire reputation around raw physicality, relentless rebounding, and absolutely dominating the paint. Reese's biggest, most undeniable strength has always been her ability to create extra possessions, to attack the glass with ferocity, battle for offensive rebounds like her life depends on it, and use her sheer physical presence to make life a living hell for opposing defenders. That part of her game? It's undeniably real, and the numbers absolutely back it up. Earlier this season, she put up a monster 15 points and 17 rebounds against Toronto, including a career-high 11 offensive boards, and she entered that game leading the entire league in rebounding. Nobody, and I mean asterisk nobody, needs to pretend those numbers don't matter because they clearly do. But here's the thing that changes everything.
ESPN, y'all have to do better. Y'all have to do better. Y'all have to get some actual honest media at some point. ESPN has embarrassed themselves. You have Monica McNutt and company, you know the crew, Andrea Carter, Chinny Ogumake. They were on ESPN on the telecast, on the broadcast, lying about Angel Reese's performance. You got ESPN pretending like Angel Reese played well. Andrea Carter lying, saying Angel Reese wasn't missing her layups.
Once teams know asterisk exactly what you want to do, once they have your scouting report dialed in, the game becomes exponentially harder. If defenders know you are most dangerous strictly around the basket, they can crowd your driving lanes, sag off, and dare you to beat them from anywhere else. If they know you're not a consistent three-point threat, they can completely abandon you on the perimeter. If they know you prefer certain finishes around the rim, they can prepare for those specific attempts before you even make your move. At that point, raw physicality alone simply isn't enough. because professional defenses are meticulously designed to force players to beat them with skills they are less comfortable using. And that, my friends, is precisely where Angel Reese has consistently faced questions about whether her offensive development has truly kept pace with her skyrocketing profile. The internet naturally handled this with zero subtlety. Some critics saw missed layups and immediately declared Reese had forgotten how basketball works. Others treated every difficult finish as definitive evidence she shouldn't be playing professionally. Somewhere along the way, a single missed shot became a referendum on her career. But we need to separate the legitimate criticism from the pure internet theater. The real issue isn't that Reese misses shots, every player does. The issue is the asterisk type of shots she is missing, and whether one of the biggest personal brands in women's basketball is actually developing into the complete offensive player that the hype surrounding her suggests she should become. And that, unequivocally, brings us right back to Reebok. Because the Reebok angle is much more complicated than she played badly, so cancel the contract. It gets much deeper.
The only thing she has over Clark is rebounds. And I'm halfway looking at them because half of them come from you missing and the other half comes from you shoving people out the way under the rim. Like you did Clark last night. Like you did Natasha Howard last season when you wanted to fight. Like you do everybody else, you're slapping them in the face. She plays dirty under the rim and she crosses her finger and squeezes her butt cheek that the referees will not call it. That's what's going on with her. We gotta stop. You got great players, you got good players. There's a difference. Y'all are trying to push Angel Reese in the great player category when anybody who can see she's nowhere near Caitlin Clark's level, nowhere near.
And that's precisely where the media, specifically ESPN, enters the conversation. Critics have loudly accused some prominent ESPN personalities of giving Angel Reese an unusually generous, protective amount of praise, even when her offensive numbers have been incredibly difficult to defend or justify. The criticism became a roaring chorus after that pivotal Fever game, especially when Reese was shooting poorly early in the contest. Yet the halftime discussion still heavily emphasized the positive impact of her energy, her rebounding, and her overall presence. And this, right here, is where things get truly uncomfortable. Look, highlighting a player's strengths isn't automatically a problem. If Reese grabs 9 rebounds and a half, creates additional possessions, battles relentlessly for offensive boards, and genuinely contributes to defensive intensity, then analysts are absolutely justified in discussing those things. But on the flip side, whenever her offensive limitations become glaringly obvious, the conversation can sometimes, almost suspiciously, pivot directly toward her personality, her charisma, her rebounding, her energy, or her general influence, instead of directly addressing the clear basketball problem sitting right there on the screen. It's a deflection, a sidestep, and it makes people wonder, what are they not saying?
Good to great plays. You see Caitlin orchestrating. It's like both sides are leaning into their strengths on this one.
Let's go back to Angel really quickly, though, because she was part of the catalyst that you saw to be able to change things around. And she said to Holly, I just feel like I needed to take a deep breath and maybe stop overthinking some of these.
Oh, I've been there. I've been there. Like, sometimes the basket is too open. Right. She's used to getting double teamed. She's used to triple teams, and she's used to contact. And so sometimes when you see her, like, wait, what's coming? You want to look over your shoulder. But she settled into the game well. And what I like is she's been such a great mentor also to Medina.
And that, my friends, is exactly where the standard for Angel Reese should become higher, not lower. She can absolutely be an excellent rebounder, a physically imposing player, an incredibly marketable star, and an influential figure both on and off the court, while still needing to become a significantly better offensive player. Her rebounding is genuinely valuable. Her physical presence creates crucial opportunities, and her ability to generate extra possessions can fundamentally change the flow of any game. But none of those undeniable qualities automatically erase the absolute need to improve her finishing, her shooting, and her offensive decision-making. People naturally, and quite rightly, start asking whether the basketball performance truly matches the sheer size and audacity of the marketing campaign built around her. That's the brutally uncomfortable part of Reese's current situation. Reebok isn't simply selling a shoe with her name attached to it. The company is building an entire basketball identity around her, a legacy, a vision. And Reese, therefore, has to demonstrate that the actual asterisk player behind that colossal brand can continue developing beyond the areas where she is already undeniably elite. It's a massive ask, but it's the cost of being a signature athlete.
There is a picture floating around online because we all remember the final seconds of this basketball game. Yes, when Angel Reese could have won the game, had all the bragging rights over Caitlin Clark, at least for this one here. Well, Angel Reese missed the damn layup. Now, for all of the Angel Reese fans, I just want y'all to calm down because this is nothing new. She's been missing layups.
Her rebounding has never, ever been the biggest question mark surrounding her game, because she has repeatedly, emphatically, demonstrated that she can absolutely dominate the glass against anyone. She's a force. The bigger question, the one that keeps analysts up at night, is whether she can become dangerous enough offensively that opposing defenders cannot simply build their entire defensive strategy around taking away her preferred routes to the basket. Can she diversify her attack? Can she punish teams that give her space? And right now, unfortunately, that critical question remains stubbornly unanswered. But here's the good news for Angel Reese and for Reebok. This story is nowhere near finished. Because that very August 16th game itself, despite all the drama and the missed opportunities, demonstrates why reducing her entire performance to one single missed opportunity would be completely, unforgivably incomplete. There's more to her game and more to her journey.
What it is, but this weekend has to be one of the worst weekends ever for Angel Reese, bruh. I mean, she became a meme last game. She became a super duper meme this game. And all I got to tell you is, Caitlin Clark truly gets the...
At this elite level of professional basketball, the conversation isn't supposed to be about finding elaborate ways to excuse every single weakness. It is, quite frankly, supposed to be about finding relentless ways to eliminate those weaknesses, to evolve, to adapt. And get this, that challenging performance against the Fever actually came shortly after a much stronger, more complete showing against Connecticut, where Reese recorded an impressive 15 rebounds and 4 blocks, playing a crucial role in helping Atlanta secure a dominant 104-69 victory. That type of performance, the kind where she truly impacts the game on both ends of the floor, is a powerful reminder that her genuine value does not simply disappear just because her jump shot might be unreliable on a particular night. It also powerfully shows why teams, despite the offensive questions, continue to value what she brings physically and defensively. However, and this is crucial, nobody should ever confuse being valuable with being complete. Those are two entirely different things in the world of professional sports, especially when millions of dollars are on the line with a signature shoe deal.
Reese giving us a real comedy show playing basketball, or should I say, attempting to play basketball. Multiple wide open. She was so wide open, you couldn't see anybody else on the screen with her, and she still missed a layup. A chance to win the game at the buzzer, wide open, fundamental, layup, kiss it off the backboard. Can't do that either. Getting blocked left and right, Michaela Timpson, Monique Billings treating her.
And for all the people that was talking all the trash about Caitlin Clark missing those free throws that one game, yeah, we remember that. We remember that. And guess what? Angel Reese couldn't even make a damn layup to win the game. And I'm telling you right now, this is hella funny. Oh my God, this is super funny. This is more funnier than the video of the guy pretending to be Angel Reese. I mean, she literally hit the floor, put her hands over her head. Sorry, guys. Hit the floor, put her hands over her head like, oh my God, I messed up. Yeah, you messed up real bad, Angel. Real bad. But let's pull up the meme right now and let me show y'all.
They answer. Y'all saw how Sinead was like... How Malika just jumped in mid-conversation with her mid-talking and say, yeah. But let's get back to Angel Reese. She almost didn't even want her to say anything good about Caitlin Clark. I don't understand it. Hey, you only can say that about players who are too open shooting the three. Not right at the rim, dog. Come on, man. We don't say that for players right at the rim. Only when you're shooting threes, man. Sometimes you are too open when you shoot a three, but not when you're right at the rim. That's ridiculous.